Excellent. All right, everyone. If you are still watching, we apologize for those technical difficulties. Our sound should be fixed. In just a moment, we'll put that phone number up, and if our sound is working and you can hear us clearly, go ahead and give Captain Jen, hello, we can hear you. We're still here. We again apologize for that issue. Our microphone lost sound. Now, we're going to keep going for another 8 minutes on our whale watch if you're still with us. But we do have a lot of these whale watches archived on our YouTube page. So if you are interested in seeing more whale watches beyond what we're just doing today, let Captain Jen know, and we will find a video and we'll link it. We'll send you the link in that text chat. So if you'd like more whale watches after we're done streaming here, let Captain Jen know, and we will send you a link to find some more of these whale watches, because there is a lot of things that we can see out on the boat. Now, what we're looking at here, this pod of dolphins that you've been looking at for the last couple minutes, these are, as I said, common dolphins. Now, common dolphins are very common along our coast. We actually have the largest population or largest concentration of common dolphins anywhere in the world here in Southern California. So we have the most, if you were to count every individual common dolphin, we have the most here of anywhere. Now, when we're on a boat, sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out what kind of animal we're looking at, because even though we commonly see common dolphins, we have a couple different dolphin species that we call our residents, which means that we have them here year-round. They don't really migrate, and there's a good chance of us seeing them every time. Now, common dolphins, bottlenose dolphins, Rizzo's dolphins are those three residents. But when I'm looking at these dolphins, there's a couple things I can spot that tell me these are common dolphins and not bottlenose dolphins, which are another one that we commonly see. So one thing is their size. Common dolphins are quite a bit smaller than bottlenose. Bottlenose can get about 13 feet long, whereas these common dolphins, they generally are about 6 to 7 feet, so quite a big size difference. The other thing is the color on their body. Now, when you see the water, we mostly see a gray body, but right now, you can see there's a little bit of like a white patch right in the middle of that dolphin's body. So common dolphins, they actually have three in their body. They've got this dark gray back, a kind of cream color in the middle, and then their belly is completely white. And that is a sign that this is a common dolphin, because if we were looking at a bottlenose, we would see all gray. So there's sort of a darker gray on top and a lighter gray on bottom, but it's one solid gray color, whereas these common dolphins have three different colors on their body. Now, as we're watching here, I don't know if you've spotted it, but we do see there's a couple things I want to point out. There is a couple baby dolphins. Now, the way to spot a baby dolphin is there's going to be a very small one swimming next to a large one. So sort of in the back, you'll see a couple little dolphins swimming right next to a larger dolphin. They're very cute to see. They look like they're working so hard to swim. That was one just jumped up. And then another thing that we can spot is there's a couple sea lions hanging around here. Now, we often see sea lions. California sea lions are another common animal we find here along our coast. But oftentimes when a group of dolphins or a pod of dolphins are hunting, they're looking for, we'll see a couple sea lions mixed in with them. Because as I mentioned earlier, where the food is, that's where the animals go. So if these dolphins are on fish, sea lions are going to join them because that's where the food is. So at the very end, you'll see a brown, right there, sleek body in the background that doesn't have that characteristic dorsal fin, that fin on the back. It's more of a sleeker brown body, but it moves in a similar way as the dolphins. Now, this is called porpoising. That's how the dolphins move up and down out of the water. And sea lions will mimic, they'll copy this, moving up and down out of the water, because it's actually faster for them to porpoise like that than it is to swim in the water.
What sustainability initiatives does the aquarium have?
So we got a question about what sustainability initiatives do we have here at the aquarium. I'm assuming in relation to now, I don't know if we would call it sustainability specifically, but we have some conservation projects that we're involved with here at the aquarium. So we have a photo ID whale watch program. Excellent. I'm going to come back on screen. Hi, everyone. So sorry about all of those difficulties, but in our last couple minutes, I'll talk about our conservation project. So we have a photo ID whale watch internship here. And what that means is we, along with myself as a naturalist, we will put our photo ID interns on the boat with us, and they are there to take pictures. Now, you might wonder how in the world are taking pictures connected to conservation of animals like whales. But what they're doing is they are taking photos of the animals we see. Now, they'll take photos of dolphins, but they're more focused on whales like this blue whale here. So this is the fluke or the tail of a blue whale. So you think about the tail moves up and down. And when a whale dives down, sometimes their fluke comes up. And so our photo ID interns will take photos of the tails for blues, for humpback whales, for gray whales. They'll also take pictures of the back, so sort of the middle part of the animal as they're kind of moving through this part before it gets to the tail. And what we can do with this with these photos is we upload it to a database, and it's used to gather information about these animals. So animals like a blue whale. A blue whale is 100 feet long. It's the largest animal on the planet. Not a lot is known about them because they are so large. They move around a lot. They migrate quite a bit. So it's kind of hard to follow them. And so taking photos of them helps us track them because it helps us gather information. Like if you take a look at this tail right here, do you notice anything about it? I bet you notice that there are some notches. Call these notches right here and right here and here. Now, if we look at another blue whale, their tail may not have those same notches. It could be completely flat right there, or it could have more notches. And so taking photos allows us to identify these. And oh, look at this one. Does that look the same? No, it looks different. So if our photo ID interns took a picture of a blue whale, say today, out on the boat, and then they see another blue whale tomorrow, and they take a photo tomorrow, we can compare those flukes to see if we're looking at the same whale. And if we see this tail one day and the other tail the other day, we know that it's two different blue whales that we're looking at. But it goes even beyond that because we'll upload these photos to a database, and then researchers who are in Mexico, Hawaii, Northern California, Santa Barbara, anywhere else where we commonly see these animals, they will be doing the same thing. So they'll be taking pictures and uploading them to a database. And what this allows us to do is track the movements of these animals. And you might wonder why that is important. Oh, here's the fluke of a humpback. So these ones are really cool to track. You might wonder why tracking their movements are important. But it helps us learn more about where they're going. That can lead us to kind of hypothesize reasons why they're moving to different places, how long they're spending in certain areas, how far they travel. All of this gives us really good information to help us learn more about these animals. And so having us part of this project, that is one of the big conservation projects we are a part of here at the aquarium. Now, even further, something else that our photo ID interns have done, which is really cool to me. So here you go whale watching right here out of San Pedro, out of Long Beach here. You'll notice we have the ports. We have the LA port, which is over in San Pedro, and the Long Beach port here in Long Beach. Together, those two ports, which are often considered as one, are the largest port in the U.S. Huge port, lots of traffic. And what that means, those big, huge shipping containers that are full of, those big ships full of containers, they are coming in and out of these ports, which means they're crossing the path of animals. And these animals, they're just going about their business, but those shipping containers are also just doing their jobs. And so what our photo ID interns found is there's what we call a shipping lane. So think about like a runway for airplanes, right? There's a pathway that the airplane's going to follow as they're taking off and as they're landing. And they don't stray from that landing strip. Here in our oceans where the port is, we've got some whale footage, where the port is, there's shipping lanes. And that's where the boats are coming in, and they stay within those lanes. And that helps us know where the boats are going to go. But what our photo ID interns found is that where one of the shipping lanes was, we commonly found whales in that same line. So if the shipping lane is right here, we commonly found whales passing through that area, which means the number of ship strikes, that's when a ship hits a whale, was an increase because this is a common place the boats go and a common place the whales are. And so what we used the information that our interns collected, we brought it to the port and to the city, and they actually moved the shipping lane over a little bit. And by moving it over, we reduced the number of ship strikes. How cool is that? So our interns here, they collected this information. We put it all together. It showed that there's a statistic of this event happening. If we move things just a little bit, we can reduce the number of ship strikes, and they moved it, and it happened. So that's part of this conservation effort that we are a part of here at the aquarium to help protect all these marine mammals right here in our ocean backyard. All right, everyone. As I said, I am so sorry that we had so many technical difficulties and we didn't get to do our full whale watch. We did take a look at some common dolphins, and we also looked at a couple whales and talked about or conservation efforts related to these animals. Now, this number is right here. If you would like to see more of our Whale Watch programs, some of our past programs, go ahead and text this number and let Captain Jen know, and we will text you the link to one of our other Whale Watch videos. If you're not interested, no worries. We'll have more programming coming up later today at 10 o'clock. We have our Spanish program, and it's going to be an adventure through the whole ocean, exploring different animals and habitats. And we'll have more programming on Friday and then again next week. So once again, I apologize for those technical difficulties, but we hope you enjoyed what you did get to see and hear from us, and we hope to see you again. Thanks, everyone.